What's going on, guys? Gene Silva here from Creative Media Group. Today we're heading to Atlanta to cover a project for one of my clients and also to work on a passion project that I've been sitting on for a while, and I was finally able to put it together. I think sometimes as cinematographers, it's easy to get caught up in client work, deadlines, deliverables, making sure everything's clean. But passion projects, that's where you actually grow. This is where you get a chance to experiment, try new lighting, new camera movements, tell stories the way you actually want to tell them. And honestly, passion projects, spec ads, things like that are one of the best ways to level up. A lot of work you want to do, you're not going to be able to do it until you show it. So sometimes you got to create it first. No brand is going to trust you with a high-end commercial if you've never shown you can do it. So instead of waiting, you build it yourself. For me, this is bigger than just shooting something cool. It's about building the kind of work that attracts the kind of projects I actually want. But before starting the passion project, I gotta head over to my first job. We're covering an event for Cure for Moms, taking place during Black Maternal Health Week. This isn't just another event. This is about awareness, education, and real lives being impacted. Cure for Moms was created to raise awareness around maternal health, especially in communities where the risks are higher and the conversations isn't always loud enough. And this week is all about bringing that to the forefront, making sure people are informed, supported, and heard. This is the type of work I enjoy capturing because it's bigger than just visuals. It actually means something. Once the event was finished, I was able to set up for my passion project. Passion projects don't always pay up front, but they pay with experience, growth, and opportunities. I worked on a passion project of mine 2 years ago, and just with the people involved in that project, it generated thousands for me. So that's something to always consider. You may not be able to make the money up front, but if you do it right, network, create a great project, it's something that can definitely be beneficial for you and your team. It's centered around the health benefits of cannabis, and honestly, this is something I used to be pretty ignorant about. I didn't really understand it. I didn't see the full picture. But after capturing the Benzinga Cannabis Conference in Miami, being in that space, hearing the different perspectives, seeing the impact it's had on people, it really shifted how I look at it. So with this project, we sat down and interviewed 4 different people, just to hear real stories, real experiences. Not opinions, but what it's actually done for them. For me, this is what passion projects are all about, challenging your own perspective and creating something that actually means something. Since this was a passion project, I wanted to keep the setup super light. I didn't want to deal with traveling with a full kit. So I only brought the essentials, 2 Sony A7S IIIs and a 35mm, and my second lens was a 24-105. That gave me everything I needed. Clean interviews, and flexibility if I needed to move real quick. For audio, I kept it simple with a Sennheiser shotgun mic, one of the most reliable audio mics that you can purchase. Instead of flying with all my lighting gear, I rented what I needed in Atlanta through ShareGrid. ShareGrid is one of the best places to rent gear. I picked up an Aperture 120D as my key light and some miscellaneous gear, tripods, light stands, booms, things like that. Honestly, it ended up being way cheaper to rent it out there than paying for check bags and hauling all that gear through the airport. One thing about me, if I can have a light setup, I'm always going to choose that over a heavier setup, but it also depends on the project. And it just made the whole process smoother, less stress, and allowed me to focus more on the actual shoot. I was only in Atlanta for about 36 hours, and I still managed to get a lot done. From covering the event to knocking out this passion project, just making the most out of my time. And I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite parts of traveling, just being able to sit back and reset for a minute at the American Express Centurion Lounge before the flight, get a couple drinks, relax a little bit, then it's back to Miami, back to work.